Hello everyone and welcome back to my Pico reef. Today's video is just going to be a 1-month recap for the nano-reef Pico tank contest. I just wanted to give you guys an idea of how the month has progressed and how my tank is doing. So the contest was announced on October 2nd, so I consider that to be week 1. That first week was when I got my container. I picked out which container I wanted to use out of 4 options I had found at Target and Hobby Lobby. And that was pretty much all I did that first week. I did take some time to polyurethane the stand because it is made of wood and it will show water spots. But really, getting the tank and putting it in place was pretty much all I did for week 1. The second week of the contest is when I added sand, water, and rocks to my Pico tank. The little yellow rock rubble-ish piece that you see came from my lagoon tank, and it did come with a couple of hitchhikers, specifically a small snail, a brittle star, and a little strawberry anemone. In the beginning I also added a Coralia nano pump for flow, but I had to swap that out because it was just too much. I'll show you guys a little clip of how I added the sand and over time how the water cleared up. Week 3 almost ended in disaster. At 74 degrees, the water was just a little bit too cold for my liking. I found an old heater in storage and thought that it would be fine to use for a while until I found something smaller and more compact that was better suited for a Pico. Unfortunately, this was an awful idea because the morning after I added the heater, I woke up and saw that the tank was at 92 degrees. Unacceptable. I threw that heater right in the garbage. Luckily, within a couple of days, a 25-watt heater arrived that's tiny, very slim, it has an external thermostat, and it has kept the water at a perfect 77.5 degrees for the last 2 weeks. I could not be happier with that purchase. As long as I had my hands in the tank putting the heater in, I also swapped out the Coralia power head and added a high-door Pico pump. The pump has a little bit of a spout, which I was able to stick into one of the holes in the arch, and the water sort of shoots out the opposite end. I think it's a really neat way to have the pump in there. It's sort of sandwiched between the rock and the glass so it doesn't fall down and I don't have to worry about it sucking up any sand. I have a quick video showing the installation of the heater, so I'll let you guys take a look at that. This past week, the 4th week of the contest, my bulb arrived. Unfortunately, as you can kind of see, the screw portion of the bulb is a bit squished and therefore it doesn't work. Luckily for me, the vendor has a replacement on the way. So that's about it for the updates on my Pico tank for the first month of the contest. I apologize for the lighting. You can see my ceiling fan and the task light reflecting off of the glass. But that's about all I have. It's a slow process getting a reef tank started, so I'm not too worried. I can see little reef bugs on the glass of the tank, so I know things are progressing along nicely. As always, I appreciate you guys watching, and if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, please put them in the comments down below. I hope to have a more lively video for you guys next time. I know this was a little bit boring, but again, I appreciate it, and I will see you next time. This past week, the fork week as always, I appreciate you guys watching. What else do I say?